They couldn't find the door. They may find the door. They had the opportunity to find the door, but they're not because they're lost. But you, my friend, you have the opportunity to find the door. There's only one door that you can go through. We live in the modern day of Sodom and Gomorrah. At this point, you're thinking, Tony, where are you going with this? I'm glad that you asked me this question. Wisdom should tell all of us that we're living in what is called the last days, where people will call good evil and they will call evil good. And if you point out something wrong to people these days, these people are going to go ballistic. But all you're trying to do is to help them to avoid the wrath of God, because you know that God is real. But these particular type of people, they will quickly respond to you with these words. You can't judge me, or you're judging. This is what the blind and lost people foolishly say. When I say blind, I'm talking about spiritual blind. As it is written in the book of Genesis, chapter 19, verses 5 through 11. We're talking about Lot right now, Abraham's nephew that had moved into the area of Sodom and Gomorrah. Some wicked men came to Lot's door and started knocking. They called to Lot, where are the men who came to you tonight? Bring them out to us so that we can have sex with them. You see, these men that came to Lot's door did not know that these was angels in human form. Lot went outside to meet them and shut the door behind him. Please, my brothers, he begged, don't do such a wicked thing. I have 2 daughters. They have never slept with any man. Let me bring them out to you, and you can do what you like with them. But don't do anything to these men, for they have come under the protection of my roof. Get out the way. That's what these wicked men said to Lot. Get out of our way, they replied. This fella came here as a foreigner. Now he wants to play the judge. These men are talking about Lot. He wasn't trying to play judge. He was trying to help these men to avoid the wrath of God. We'll treat you worse than them. They kept bringing pressure on Lot and moved forward to break down the door. But the 2 angels reached out, pulled Lot into the house, and bolted the door. Then they blinded all the men. The angels blinded these men, young and old, who were at the door of the house. So they gave up trying to get inside. They couldn't find the door. They couldn't find the door because they were not prepared, and they were not willing to go into the door the right way. Then there's the story of Noah's Ark, and you all are familiar with Noah's Ark. You see, Noah preached to lost people for a total of 120 years before the flood came. As it is written in the book of Genesis chapter 7 and at verse 13 through 16. On this very day, Lot and his sons Shem, Ham, and Japheth, together with his wife and the wives of his 3 sons, entered the lot. Not the lot, but the ark. They had with them every wild animal according to its kind, all livestock according to their kind, every creature that moved them among the ground or along the ground according to its kind, and every bird according to its kind, everything with wings. Pairing all creatures that have the breath of life in them came to Noah and entered the ark. Noah and his crew and all the animals had went into the ark. Keep this in mind. The animals going in were male and female of every living thing, as God had commanded Noah. Then the Lord shut him in. They couldn't find the door because they didn't want to do right. Now, to get to God the Father, Jesus said these words, as it is written in the book of John, chapter 10:9, I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved and shall go in and out and find pasture. Also, he said, and as it is written in the book of John 14:6, Jesus said this. Jesus said unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man come unto the Father but by me. If you don't do it this way, this applies to you, my friend. They couldn't find the door, and neither will you if you don't go in the right way, and that's through Jesus Christ. Remember this, believe this, say la vie, and amen.